In the age of remakes and remasters, we might be getting another one. Who knows? This time though, it would or could be from Hangar 13. If you're new here and you like what you hear, then consider subscribing and hitting the thumbs up. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine as well. Thank you just for choosing to hang out with me today. That is awesome. Hangar's 13 Mafia series has been almost iconic in its portrayal of the Mafia and the gritty underworld that it represents. Mafia 1, released in 2002, was a landmark achievement. It was basically a Henry Hill story, and if you don't know who Henry Hill is, I'd suggest watching the movie Goodfellas. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. It's set to a 1930s backdrop. The game was a bona fide hit. People wanted more, and Hangar 13 worked hard to make sure that the next release was just as epic as the first. Mafia 2 was then released in 2010, and yeah, that was a solid 8 years of developing a sequel to the first game. 8 years of hard work that brought in accolades beyond anything I'm sure that they probably could have even imagined. And I loved the the little Henry Hill gets topped style Easter egg that they put in there as well. So you kind of link that to the first game, which is pretty cool. If you've played part 2, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, the mission that I'm talking about. This game was so good. I sunk hours upon hours into this one myself. It was so much fun, replayable, enjoyable. Just there was so much to do that you would get sucked in. The franchise to me, it just couldn't get any better once I played number 2, and that was one of the best things about it. Secretly though, I was hoping that it would get better, and then we got Mafia 3 in 2016, and I don't think that it got the praise that I thought it was going to get. It looked like it could have been epic, looked like it could have been amazing, and I played this game almost as soon as it came out, and to be honest, I wasn't in love with the game, but I definitely had a decent time playing it. I could tell that Hangar 13, they were trying something different with this one. And not just another guy who rises through the ranks of the Mafia, but a guy who needs to get revenge. A guy who basically creates a new family. And like The Godfather 3, I think this game was just misunderstood. And that's a real shame too, to be honest with you. If you haven't played Mafia 3, then definitely try it out. I think that it might be something that you could enjoy. Just remember that it won't be as good as 1 and 2 if you played those and love those and have heard all the accolades. But that's just how these things go sometimes, I guess. One day, you're hot stuff, and the next, you're nothing but a memory of a time when you were on top, and they really were for Mafia games. Now, almost 2 years since the Mafia game Twitter page has been active, we have something small, something significant, something familiar. They tweeted one word, and that word was family. But that is enough. That is honestly enough to get the ball rolling with the speculation train coming in at full speed. 2K Games did confirm earlier this year that a new Mafia game was in development, but does that mean that it'll be revealed this year? Does that mean that we're going to get the next Mafia game, Mafia 4, or are we going to get, a remaster of Part 2, or maybe even Part 1, and that's what they're trying to provide the hype for. That's what the word family is for. Who knows? I would love, by the way, if they did remaster Part 1 of this game, and number 2, a remaster of those 2 games, which, while they are great playthroughs on the PS2 and 3 respectively, I think we need to have them back. I think we need to try them again. People need to see them again. A new generation of gamers who are coming up now, especially who haven't played these games, shouldn't have to really try and track them down on the old consoles unless they really have the money to put into it. But rather, let's get these games on the newer consoles. Let's get a remaster out for these ones, because these are playthroughs that I think, like Super Mario World, they're necessary. Okay, even if they're just ports, but with some slight graphic overhaul, some slight graphics to keep in line with the semi-retro feel. Just slight. Doesn't need to be something crazy. Doesn't need to be something amazing. Just port the game to these new consoles. And it seems, by the way, more likely that what we're looking at here is not any formal revelation for a Mafia 4, but rather a revelation of an updated Mafia 2 game. And why do I say that? I think it was last month, maybe the month before, we had game ratings leaked for Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Now, that's really crazy because having them leaked now definitely means that something is coming up for at least Part 2, which is kind of a shame if they don't do Part 1. I think that people need to be reintroduced to the very first game as well. But look, what do you think? Will we be getting news about Mafia 4 this year? Or are we just going to get news about a remaster or of possibly the best title in the Mafia game series? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button along with the thumbs up. If you don't want to do that, that's fine as well. But it's up to you. I would love for you to do that, but that's cool too. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you next time. Bye.